You're listening to the Packernet Podcast Network.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet, get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. Text us 865-658-5824. The plan was to go live this evening, but for weather reasons, getting pushed back on the schedule, what I thought we'd do is just kind of jump up here early this morning and knock out this chalk talk with Tyron Hopper. Of course, I messaged Jacob, and him being the Packer fan degenerate that he is, just like me. He's like, yeah, man, let's get up at the butt crack of dawn and talk a little football. So here we are. Jacob, you doing all right this morning, bub?
Yeah, still waking up. I'm tired. But, yeah, I'm happy to talk football, and I don't work till later, so I figured why not, right?
Sounds like we're on the same schedule today. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of people in here live. That's cool, you guys and gals. Obviously, if you're hearing my voice, you watched it later. That's totally cool. There won't be a show tonight. We just want to make sure we put out daily content for y'all if at all possible. So, all right, Jacob, let's waste no time, buddy. You ready to get in this little Tyron Hopper?
Yeah, people are mad at you, man. I got to admit, I'm a little out of it right now. I got to wake up. So go slow with this, right?
You're good, man. You're good. Number one Packer fan. Pull that back up. What did he say? He said, Clay, what the hell is wrong with you starting a chalk talk this early? I'm not thinking about anything yet, LOL. Hey, man, just get a little diesel in you. You'll be good to go, man. A little diesel fixes everything. You know what I'm saying? So everything will be all right. Let's just get in here and talk a little. You'll wake up about halfway through this film session, so it'll be all right, man. There you go. Look at that cup, too, man. Look at clean. Right. I'm jealous. I've been saving my money trying to get one of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, here we go. Let's get into Tyron Hopper. Appreciate you pulling that down, Jacob. So Tyron Hopper, obviously linebacker out of Missouri. This one caught everyone off guard with the draft pick. I know we've talked about it over and over and over on the show. I apologize for the page there. I want to just go back here and look at my notes. Tyron Hopper selected with the 91st pick. I had him 237 on my board. What I'm hearing, Jacob, is the majority of people, the reason that he fell so low, one of the reasons I should say, is his tackling ability. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm not a low light guy. I'm not going to go do a quote unquote film session and just pull up the bad plays. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not how coaches think. The coaches don't go through and go, all right, guys, we're thinking about drafting this guy. Let's find every bad play he's ever made. Now they'll look at the bad along the way, but they're looking for the old Bill Belichick quote. What can he do to help the team? I don't care what he can't do. Show me what he can do. What can he contribute to the ball club? Right. So I tend to lean towards that. There's going to be plenty of people that's pointing out the negatives in some of these prospects. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all very, very important information. But again, we're going to highlight some of the highlights. We're going to hit some of the positive plays here. So right off the bat here, let's start with Tyron Hopper. On this play here, they're in kind of a dual back set. They being, I believe that's Kansas State. I'm not seeing the score, so it's totally cool. Though he's going to be playing the wheel here, Jacob. And listen, this is the other thing too. When we talk Will, when we talk Sam, we talk Mike in these defenses, we don't know the college personnel, right? So they're showing kind of a nickel 4-2-5 almost, like they got 2 outside linebackers here, only 2 down linemen, but you got 3 stacks right here, right? So when I say stack, I mean they look like stack backers. This guy here could be a safety. It could be a backer too. Regardless if he is or not, that still makes Tyron Hopper the Will right here. Okay. And the reason he's the Will, if you look at the formation, now it's somewhat of a balanced set, if you will. I don't count a back or an H-back so much as important as if he was up here. If this guy was up here, then you would say, okay, that's strong right. I still think it's strong right with him being the H. With that being the case, if this is the strong side of the field down here, that's going to make him the Will. He's the weak side backer, okay? And it's important to try to point these out where they play. And there's not a huge difference between Will and Mike in most cases in college football, right? They have very similar responsibilities within the schemes that they run, all the different schemes. And on some occasions, they'll fire the Mike and the Will will have to cover the seam, right? Most of the time, the Mike is kind of that guy. He's the gap destroyer. The Will is the more athletic player. And, the Mike will kind of run the seam with the tight end. He's kind of responsible for covering the tight end. Nonetheless, though, he's the Will. Watch him freeze the slot and then show great range on the swing pass. Okay, they're going to fire a swing pass out here to the left. Let me go red so you can see it a little bit better. They're going to fire a swing pass out here to the left. And what you'll notice is Tyron Hopper will kind of take a little stutter step. He'll put eyes on the slot. You'll see him turn his head to the slot. The quarterback sees that. That's the first read. Then he looks deep. Then he's going to the swing. So if you were to look at this from a quarterback standpoint, and you look at the backer and say, okay, he's kind of sitting in the middle cover in this slot, he's going to prevent that slant across his face, then you would think, look the safety off, slam it to the swing, and you got the hat count. Watch our boy Tyron Hopper make a play here, Jacob. This is pretty impressive, man. See him freeze him? He's already on his horse.
Yep. Bang.
And again, on this tape here, Jacob, I didn't see tackling issues at all. Like that, to me, that looked pretty solid. Again, great range. We'll go 50% here. Just make it a play, man.
Yeah, he seems to have that closing speed that we talked about, that all the guys we drafted or brought in this year. Just see the ball, attack, no shenanigans, no waiting for them to make the contacts. I like it.
Absolutely. This is a really good look. Keep in mind the slot is just off screen, okay? This backer is going to kind of fade back a little bit if I remember correctly. I don't think he blitzes. Watch the quarterback's eyes. As soon as he gets the snap, before he even finishes his drop, he's looking at Ty Hopper. He's looking right here in this window for that slant. He sees it's not there, so he takes his eyes out here towards the outside receiver, and then he's going to throw it. Throw it to the swing. But watch Tyron Hopper here. We'll go 50% again. This is pretty impressive. As they finish drawing on the screen here. All right. See him? Just a little peek right there. Now he's looking deep. Now he's going to go to the swing. Hopper's already gone.
Yep.
Right? Just really good range. That's that athleticism that you see on tape over and over and over that Goody absolutely loves at the linebacker position. All right. Yep. Next play here. He's going to be playing Will on this play here. All right. And they're going to run a little quarterback power, which essentially is you got an offensive lineman who's going to pull, and it's just a designed quarterback keeper, right? He's just going to try to get in here and try to jam this thing in for 6. He's going to have first step leverage, and watch him shoot his shot. It's really, really impressive. I think this is him right here, if I remember correctly. I've watched so much tape the last few days. Let's see here. Yeah, that's him. So let's throw it back just a second. This thing is so choppy. We're going to have to get a new program for sure. So, again, watch Tyron Hopper right here. Watch his first step to get leverage, and he's going to beat that pulling offensive lineman. Look how quick. He's already in the hole, right? Dips that shoulder, makes the tackle just beyond the lead blocker. 69 ends up on the ground. Hopper ends up with the quarterback in his arms.
Yeah.
So, good instinct there, Jacob.
That, again, looked like we watched Cooper's chalk talk and his ability to dip his shoulder and avoid blocks. I mean, that was perfect right there. And again, another textbook tackle. So,
and when you're going to more of a one gap defense here with the 4-3, and how Hafley likes to kind of attack, and you're going to play you're going to do less pre-snap sugar and have more single high safety, defense, along the way. It kind of feels like that's what they were looking for. They want those guys that's got those instincts, that first step quickness, get in the backfield, be aggressive, right? Everybody's got a gap assignment, just hit the gap and just cause carnage, right? Next play here, he's going to be playing Will. This is a pretty cool play too on tape here. So he's right here. He's the wheel. There's your tight end. So it's strong left. So he's going to be on the right side of the formation. So he's going to be kind of playing wheel. Now, if this is a backer, you would refer to him as Sam. That's what I'm talking about. Like you would refer to him as Will. But as you're looking at this defense here, to me, this just looks like a mugged up front, right? So I would consider him the Will there. This guy is planning on rushing the quarterback. Okay. If that were not the case, right, and this is a 4-3, let's say it's a 4-3 over with the Sam on the line of scrimmage, which I don't think it is. If that were the case, then he would technically be playing Mike. He'd be in Tyron Hopper. Okay. And that would make this guy the Sam. And that's where I'm talking about how they're kind of a little more interchangeable at the college level. But again, he doesn't bite on the H flex cheap motion. That's what's going on right here. They got the H kind of flexed out. He's going to do a little cheap motion. Notice that Hopper, he doesn't buy that Kirby. He says, take that Kirby down the street. I ain't buying it. And watch how gap sound he is. He's just going to get in here in his gap. He's going to stay patient too. But watch Tyron Hopper right here. Watch him. He just a little side. All right, nope, not biting the cheat. Already knows where the play's going. In the gap. Patience. Sift through the mess. Help make the tackle.
Yeah.
So, play where he's getting in there and getting dirty, Jacob.
Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't play like he's a smaller player, which I think was a big knock on him. He plays like he's a little more
thick.
Exactly right. Exactly right, Coach App. All right, next play. He's going to be playing Will here. So where's the strong side of the formation? There's your tight end. Looks like they're starting to pull a guard here. So that's going to make him the Will right there. Again, they're showing a four-man front. This time they've got all four guys with their hand in the dirt. But he's going to be the Will here. Great first step and just absolutely perfect pursuit. Watch the angle he takes. Watch him on the first step too. I'm going to try to go really slow here. The ball snapped. Look how quick he's getting up. It's kind of that start, stop, shoot, but he's just going to go. Look at him. He doesn't over pursue. His gap's back there, right? And he's following the play. That's not his gap, guys. Still makes the play.
That's a great angle again. Another guy he avoids all the blocks. He looks for the alley, waits for the back to make the cut, and then he just shoots it. And like you said, not even his gap responsibility. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's the reason that linebackers and running backs are typically interchangeable coming out of high school, and they try to decide, do you want to be a running back or a linebacker? Because it's all about finding those gaps, man. You know, it really is. Sifting through the garbage. All right, next play. I put Will/dime, and the reason I said that, this could be a dime set. If it's a nickel set, then these are two backers. He's going to be the Will, the strong side of the formation, being the left side of the formation, right? Because the tight end's strong left. It's an empty look, so they've got a running back flex somewhere, I'm sure. But if it's a dime look, then, and this is like a DB, like a safety, then that means he's the only linebacker on the field. So that would make him technically the Mike, right? But I thought that was just kind of cool to point that out. I think this is a backer, though. That would make him Will. So what we're seeing on a consistent basis, Jacob, is he's playing Will the majority of the time, right? And even if this is a safety, that's still kind of Will responsibilities. He's on the weak side of the formation. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by it being interchangeable. This is what we call a deep B blitz. This is really cool. So look how far off the line he is, right? If you look at the line of scrimmage where the ball's at, he's a good 5 yards, 4 yards, 4.5 yards off the ball.
Yeah.
And he's right here. This is a deep blitz. Like he's showing right now the quarterback that, hey, I'm just staying back in coverage. I'm just dropping back right now. He's tipping his hand a little bit here with the foot, but the quarterback ain't even look at him. He's focused on the snap now. But watch him time up this snap and everything. And it's a deep B blitz. And what I mean by that, he's coming from deep and he's going to attack the B gap in between the guard and the tackle. Look at the acceleration. That's what Goody's seen. Look at this.
Nice.
And the reason it's a free runner too, some people look at that and go, he did nothing special. No, it's true. He didn't. But the fact that it's a deep B blitz, this offensive line is already, all right, I'm going to crash in here and help block down, right? He's just going to kind of help seal this off. This guy's going to be an island. If he has to fade out and pass block, it's cool. But the fact that he delayed that blitz and then uses athleticism to get in, that's why the quarterback's so surprised. Again, watch the guard crashes over in the nose or the 3-tech. He's just a free runner, right? If you don't have the athletic ability to get to the quarterback the way he does right there, then you can't even run that deep B blitz.
Yeah, we've seen a number of times when we've had free runners like that don't make the play. They either get whiffed out or the quarterback steps up and runs for, first down.
Yeah, we could teach a class on that. We've seen it so much.
Yep.
All right, next play. I think he's playing Mike here, and he's in Y-man. This is kind of cool. All right, so here's your Y, okay? Whether it could be a true H and he's flexed out. I'm pretty sure it's a Y, though. So with him being the Y, that's the strong side of the formation. To me, this looks like a nickel set, a nickel defense, right? A 4-2-5. So here's your two linebackers, right? With the tight end being right, it being strong right look, right? So on the top up here, he's going to be man up on that Y. And what I really like about this play is the guy kind of shows a little bit of a flat look, but he's really going to run a wheel route. And watch his fluid transition. Watch Tyron Hopper's fluid transition playing the flat to the wheel, and then still has the wherewithal to get his head around and track the ball. So again, basically what this is just straight man coverage. He's man up on the Y. That is typically Mike responsibilities. Okay. Now sometimes if you're playing a less traditional stack backer, 4-3 defense, the Sam will be lined up over the tight end. If you're not rushing that Sam, he's got most of the times, more times than not, if you're in man coverage, he's got to cover the tight end. But most of the time when you're playing the Sam on the line of scrimmage, he's just got he's either rushing the quarterback or he's got kind of hook to or a curl to flat responsibilities. You play the curl to the flat. But yeah, watch Tyron Hopper here in man coverage. Again, watch it's kind of attacking the flat, gets the head around, covers that. Now watch him transition. And he's got the speed to keep up, gets the head around, bats the ball down.
That was like textbook, man. That was just perfect coverage.
It really is. And the cool thing is, like, he never panics. As soon as the wheel starts, he's already changed direction, doesn't lose any speed, get the head around, no penalty, knock it down, man. You can't cover the wheel any better than that, Jake.
Yeah, like I said, that was perfect.
We all have smartphones, and we all know they're pretty amazing, but they also can be amazingly distracting, especially when we're around other people. So US Cellular wants us to reset our relationship with our phones by putting down our phones for $5. That's right, a company that sells phones wants us to put down our phones. And to see what we find, learn more at uscellular.com/built for us. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. In the hobby, it's not easy being a fan of ripping packs or repacks. We get all hyped up thinking we're going to get some high-value Jordan Love card, but with zero transparency on available cards and hit rates, it's all just a shot in the dark. Until now, introducing slab packs from arenaclub.com, the only repack that provides real value, a complete view on all possible cards, and clear hit rates for each one. Now when I buy slab packs on Arena Club, it finally feels like I know what I'm getting. And honestly, the best thing for me and my son is the fact that we're kind of novices into this. When I walk into a card shop with my son, and a card says it costs $40, kind of just taking his word for it that that's a good value. So I appreciate the transparency on grading, as well as just getting excited about seeing what you could potentially get. Right now, you can get 10% off your first purchase by going to arenaclub.com/packdaddy. Wow, that's crazy offer. 10% off a $400 slab pack. That's $40 right there. Anyways, that's arenaclub.com/packdaddy for 10% off your first purchase.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
All right, next play. Now he's kind of a little B gap mug here. He's kind of showing a little blitz out of the B gap. Now this is really cool. This has been described to me as dual green dog blitz, and what I mean by that is when you've got basically, look at this 3-man front, right? They're bringing 3 rushers, and the way it's designed to work is you've got the running back in the backfield. Okay, so you've got joint custody here of this running back. Okay, so what that means is if this running back comes out here to the left, then Tyron Hopper is going to go cover him, right? If he goes out to the right, then the other backer is going to cover him, okay? And when we say green dog, typically a green dog is when a running back stays in to block, okay, then if you've got the green light, the green dog blitz, if he stays in the block, then you're free to rush, okay? So let's watch what the running back does here. See him kind of set up like he's blocking. Now, as soon as he goes out, now Tyron Hopper knows, okay, I'm free to rush the quarterback. It's almost like a spy effect on some of these mobile quarterbacks. And again, if he had cut left, I think Tyron Hopper picks him up there. I think that was the play call. And then the other guy, this guy here, would actually fire right on the green dog. So again, check him out. Waits. All right, cool. Got a free rush lane. Athleticism to finish the play too. Notice how the quarterback isn't even getting to his first read hardly either on some of these sacks. So I think what we've seen, Jacob, is Goody fell in love with the athleticism. And you turn on the tape and go, you know what? For the 91st pick, yeah, I think it's worth it to take a shot on this guy. Teach him to tackle. And again, do you see any tackle issues so far, Jacob?
I mean, no, but I mean, obviously we're watching the highlights, so we should probably expect that it's going to be pretty decent form and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, he does look like he has the ability, and the Packers are all about guys that have the ability, that maybe some of the fundamentals and like they're raw, they're good at finding that. But I think he looks like he has all the potential in the world for sure.
Yeah. And the reason he was 237 on my board was because his PFF grades were pretty bad. They were pretty low. So why were his PFF grades low? Probably because of tackling ability, right? The plays that you're not seeing, the negative ones. But here he is playing Mike, and he's going to sugar. This is really cool. He's going to sugar a slot blitz, right? It's going to be a sugar slot blitz. And what I mean by that is he's going to sugar like he's covering a slot right here, but he's actually going to fire off and blitz, all right? He IDs the read option. And this is a great play call. I think they're playing Georgia, if I'm looking at this correctly. So this is a great play call. Yeah, you know how I know, Jacob? Look at our boy up here up top. Look at the Bulldog. Kidding me? That man is swole right there. So what he's going to do is it was designed for him to blitz. Now, when he reads read option, you'll see him get here. He'll hold his ground, right? And because he stands straight up and holds his ground, the quarterback is going to give the ball to the running back. So he's going to put the ball in the belly of the running back, give it to the running back, and the running back's going to get a gap here, man. He's going to gash him. Watch the hustle of Tyron Hopper right here. Watch him chase this play down from behind. A little peanut punch at the end. So you see he's trying to sugar like a little man coverage on that slot, but he's actually firing. All right, read option, hold your ground. Quarterback doesn't have it. Crap. There we go. So he did everything right there, but watch this hustle. Bang. Looked like Clay Matthews, didn't it?
I was going to say that's a pretty hard shot right there. That came out wrong.
Giggity. Giggity.
I was just saying.
The other thing too here, like think of the swing in momentum. Now I'm sure Missouri, I don't know. I'm sure Missouri didn't win this game. It was Georgia. Georgia's an absolute powerhouse. But think of the swing of momentum. You go from like a 20, 23-yard gain to turning the ball over because one guy on the field hustled his ass off, right? You see him set up. All right, quarterbacks don't got it. All right, cool. Nobody else. The whole defense crumbled. Again, runs it down. Should have been a huge gain instead because of the hustle. Bang. Little peanut punch. Love it. And obviously Missouri recovers the football. That right there will get you on a roster on Sunday, man. Again, here's the punch. Little Mike Tyson left hook. Bang.
Yeah, and he's playing against good competition. In that one shot right there, you saw Cedric Von Prawn, you saw Ladd McConkey, you know what I mean? You're seeing guys that are NFL players now. So
absolutely, man. All right, next play. I think he's playing Sam here. To me, if it's a 4-3, then he's playing Sam. If it's a nickel, he's playing Mike left, okay? So essentially what you got is if he's playing Sam, right, I think this is him right here if I remember correctly. He's going to read the GC power left. So this is a guard and a center actually pulling left. Watch him attack the outside responsibility. Actually, no, he's in the middle there. What am I talking about? Yeah, he's right here. So watch him read this out, okay, and attack the outside responsibility. We talked about this with Javon Bullard. How many times do we see guys get too far inside, they give the edge, and it's a huge gain, right? Just great recognition here from our boy Tyron Hopper. So you see him settle in the middle, watch him attack. Look, he doesn't. He just stays outside. Stay outside. Stay outside. Bang. So he was outside there. Yeah. So again, it'd be real easy to get washed up in the mix there. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be real easy to just go, okay, I see the run. Let me get in here and try to make a play. Then you're washed out. The running back's got the outside, right? But again, watch how patient he is. Outside. Let's roll.
Look at him evade that block too.
Yeah.
Watch
That's
him.
a big old boy.
Literally puts a head fake on him to make to watch.
Yep.
Whoop. That's
Like
crazy.
Marshawn Lloyd there, didn't he?
Look at him. Yeah.
You see how the traits, right, are interchangeable with linebacker and running back. Because, again, it's all about evasiveness there, too, at the linebacker position, avoiding those blocks.
He has the lineman literally turned around and chased him. He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely. Here's a great angle right here. Do you see him right there? See how he didn't hesitate? It's just, I got to get out here. I got to get to the edge. He immediately knows it. As soon as he sees the offensive line pull right here, he's thinking, all right, I want to attack. They're pulling two guys. Oh, this is going outside. Let me get out here because he's got help here. One of the biggest keys to playing defense in the game of football is knowing where your help's at, man. There's been so many times I've been charting games and threw the damn pin against the TV. Like, how do you not know where the other guy is on where your teammate is there? Like, you have help backside. Why are you shooting inside shoulder, right? It seems like he gets that, at least on this reel, right? Outside, there's the little juke you were talking about. Make the play. If he's not there, that's a big gain, Jacob.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are with a little sugar Y-man blitz. All right. So what he's doing, this is the second clip we've seen him do this. So you got the Y. I'm pretty sure that's Brock Bowers there. He's lined up over, if I remember correctly. The best tight end in the draft, right? So he's going to sugar Y-man, right? Watch his snap count awareness. Watch him time up the snap perfectly. Watch his first step, and his pressure is going to lead to an incompletion here. So again, he's showing man coverage as a quarterback. You're looking at here and go, okay, all right, that looks like man. See how you're seeing man all the way across the board? Because he's squared up and he's really selling it, you probably think this is man coverage. So the quarterback here is not expecting him to fire off on a blitz. And just watch how he sugars it. He sells the hell out of it, man. See him wait. Last second, now you're getting the snap. Perfect timing. He's like, what in the heck am I supposed to do here? You see who he had out there too? I think is that Ladd, number 19? I think it might be Ladd.
Ladd's 84, I thought.
Okay. Whoever it is, if he steps into this row, that's 6 because it's single high coverage. And look how the receivers got him beat.
Yeah.
So all because he timed up that blitz, man. Absolutely huge. You see these plays time and time again that he was the difference maker in Missouri. All right, next play. He's going to be playing Will Wright. We're going to be going weak side backer. Great gap integrity, works through the trash, puts his face in the fan. It's a really cool play here. So again, if he's the Will, then that's going to be, I'm pretty sure this is him on the bottom right here. Okay. And watch him just kind of get in here and just be patient. And he's just going to put his face in the fan. He's going to get right in there in the mix. He's not afraid to do this. See him fight through, right there. What was you going to say, Jacob?
No, it's crazy watching him. It's almost like you were talking about running back instincts. Look, he puts his hand on the back of the offensive lineman, lets him surf past him, and he just, once he's done with him, he just shoves him aside and makes the tackle. It's like, it is kind of unique.
Yeah, just whiffs that guy, a little sidestep, and again, right in there in the mix, man. It doesn't look violent or anything, obviously, but it takes some huevos to put your face down in here, man. When you got a fullback, couple offensive linemen, right? Yeah. Get down in there and sift through that garbage, man. Make the tackle. Help make the tackle, I should say. So again, I think it's going to be a project, but you can see the upside. You can see what Goody's seen now, right? All right. Got this off just a little bit. All right, right here. Look at the lateral explosion. This is where the highlight started, so the play is already kind of kicked in. This is Tyron Hopper right here. Watch him do a little hop step to the left, if I remember correctly, and make the tackle. So you see him; he's already kind of set up. He's being patient, allowing them to come to him. Watch this. See that little hop step?
Yep.
Completely whiffed that offensive line. I mean, that's really impressive.
Is that on Sweet Baby Ray too?
I think it is. Yes, sir. Looks like it. Look how thick Sweet Baby Ray is. You kidding me, man?
Oh no.
Little hop step. Bang. Knows where his help is too. Sweet Baby Ray, you know you better grab that ankle, bub.
Yep.
And grab one of them cankles.
Jeez, he grabs a hold of him. He is pretty thick there.
Thick.
Great look right here, man. Great look. So you see him, he's kind of mugged up on the center, right? As soon as is that him? No, that's him right here, isn't it?
Yep.
God, their numbers look exactly the same. So he's going to kind of start to engage and then hop over. He just got really good read and reaction right here, man. Look, they're counting. Let's practice our numbers. All right. Reads it. Bang. Look at 77. He blocked no one.
It's
pretty impressive. And yeah, I think some would argue, is that kind of some kind of game, some kind of stunt? I don't think so. I mean, the guy does kind of crash in a little bit. Maybe it was a little run stunt, but again, just a great job, man. That lateral explosion, again, just that little hop step puts you in position to make a play, man. So that's what we got on Tyron Hopper. Yeah, you guys know, if you watched our draft coverage, I wasn't very big on him, simply because the board said that. And when I say the board, my board's comprised of about 6 or 7 different, sites, people that I trust. Greg Cosell's mixed up in there. Daniel Jeremiah's mixed up in there. We use the PFF grades from the last 2 years. We use the consensus big board. We use the 33rd team's big board. So we take all that data, kind of throw it in. And typically what my board comes up with is a safer grade, a safer position for a player, right? So when you get someone like this that drops all the way to 237 and he ends up getting taken at 91st, what it tells you is it's a little bit of a risk, right? It's a little bit of, I don't want to say a risk, but a little bit of I wouldn't consider it a reach, me personally. I don't consider that a reach. There's a reason. Look at this guy right here. There's a reason that Goody took him with the 91st pick, right? But I think it's got a lot to do with upside, Jacob. I really do. We got Emilio just rolled out of bed too. What's up, man? Why are you late, bro?
Dude, thunderstorms, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it was wild.
You slept.
It went the entire night, though. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Did you up? Did you have a rough night? Were you scared?
Yeah. I couldn't get a good night's sleep. I heard the loud banging and stuff in the sky, and
he said he had to turn the radio on in his race car. Drown it out. It's funny, man. Last night, we got a little ankle biter. We got 2 German Shepherds. We got a little ankle biter. His name is Raymond Nitschke, by the way. So about 2 o'clock this morning, you could hear the thunder rumbling, dude. I mean, it was going nuts. And all of a sudden I woke up and I'm like, what is that? And Nitschke was right on my hip, bro. He was shaking like a leaf. He was like, bro, you hearing this outside?
You were saying that normally hangs out with their mom, and he on thunderstorms he comes to you.
Oh yeah, he comes to me like, this dude got to protect me.
Yeah.
He's a hoot, man. He's a good little dog, but yeah.
There we got the real.
Yeah, and Smitty in the chat. Emilio's late due to a cannoli hangover.
That's actually probably pretty true.
Those are real. Those really exist. They exist. So hate that you missed it, Emilio. It was a fun little watch. There wasn't a whole lot of highlights that we hit on, but I think it's cool to kind of dive into the tape just a touch and see what he does well. Jacob, if you were to kind of sum it up, man, what would you say Tyron Hopper does well based off what we just seen? Again, that's a highlight reel. That's not the lowlights. That's the good plays. What would you say he does well, man?
I mean, I think he's really good at reading and cover reaction, quick instincts. We talked about how he takes an angle, like really good angles. Kind of like Cooper, he avoids being blocked.
Have you ever experienced turbulence on a flight and wondered why?
And you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
No, everything's PG.
Maybe you've sat on the tarmac for hours wondering why your plane isn't moving.
Well, we're outside here. They're saying the ramp is closed. They won't let us park because of Air Force One.
Listen in on the conversations between pilots and air traffic controllers on the Air Traffic Out of Control podcast.
510 declaring an emergency. There's smoke in the cabin. I need to make a landing right now on 31 left.
We have the most interesting, wild, and funny ATC recordings you will ever hear. Check out Air Traffic Out of Control wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
And then we obviously saw the highlights, so I'm sure there is some issues with tackling that he'll need to shore up. But as far as like having all the natural ability, I think it's pretty awesome, especially that one where you're talking about the running back that goes into a wheel route. Like his hips were so smooth when he turned actually upfield to keep in coverage with him, and then the reaction time to be able to put your hand in there to knock the ball away. I mean, I just think he flashed to a point where, like you talked about, Goody felt comfortable coming up a couple, like 150 picks. So I'm cool with it, especially now just seeing we needed guys that can fill out that linebacker room. I mean, you talked about how Hafley was the first thing he did was talk about how he was happy with the guys there, being Wilson, McDuffie, and Quay. But I think the two guys that we threw in there to add to those guys, I think, are way more athletic and able to play maybe that. I think, the Will, maybe the Sam. So I think it'll be good.
I think it's depth, it's competition for the Will. This is the play he's talking about, Emilio. I'll kind of draw it up here for you real quick, and then we'll get out of here because I definitely got to get going. He's basically man up on the Y right here.
Yep.
And that Y is going to he's going to kind of look like he's attacking the flat, and he's just going to wheel it off. Watch the transition that our boy Tyron Hopper makes here, man. It's pretty impressive. So watch me there, right? No panic. Takes a peek. All right. Flip the hips. Head around. Knocking it down.
Dude, and that's what the corners were trying to do last night with Marshawn Lloyd. Like, hey, I'm going to take an angle to you, and I can't turn and run with you.
Right.
I think Hopper's got really nice length, too, for how kind of fast he plays. He can get his arm in there. He can, he's kind of got that reach sort of thing. But like we said, Goody took him at 91 for a reason. There's competition, but the dude's an athlete. Everyone, if you made it to the NFL, you're a freak athlete. Bottom line. I mean,
thick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach.
That's what Jay said. Jay said thick. 2 C's. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. So that's Tyron Hopper. Again, just wanted to get in here real quick episode, break that down. Obviously, no show tonight. Basically, everything that we had scheduled today has gotten pushed back. So I'm going to be out till probably 8 or 9 this evening. So Emilio knows exactly what we're talking about.
probably just about, Clayton.
Yeah. So figure we bump it up. That way you guys get a little bit of content today. You can go back and watch. I know a lot of people are still in bed right now. Mm-hmm. So, Again, that's Tyron Hopper. Next, we'll do Evan Williams. That should be a fun one, man. We watched some of his reel. I mean, that dude's a missile. We'll do Evan Williams, then we'll do Oladapo. Then we'll get into Michael Pratt and Kalen King. And then after that, what we're going to do, just to give you guys kind of a glimpse ahead, it's May, right? So by the time we get through these and we continue to break news as it comes in, little rookie mini camps, team mini camps, all that stuff, we're also going to relive.
Did you say Oladapo?
I did say Oladapo, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing gets a day.
That song stuck in my head. I couldn't remember.
I needed to get everybody. That's how you start your day right. It's 8:20. Everybody heard that, and now they're ready to go to work. Right?
Cup of coffee, little Home Depot theme. Let's go. Yeah. But what we're going to do after we finish the Chalk Talk series, we're going to jump into reliving last year. So we're going to start in week 1, and we're going to pull up anywhere from 10 to 15-minute highlight reels. And we're going to watch them live on air and kind of react to them and do a little breakdown of them in that way. Not a full-blown Chalk Talk like we did last year. You guys have got those. You can go back and watch them as soon as the game was over, right? We did Chalk Talks on every single week last year. Even the losses, trust me, it hurt. It hurt bad. But we'll go back and kind of just get a refresher. What happened last year? What went right? What went wrong? Set the stage for training camp. That should run us up to probably to the middle of June, and then we'll be looking at training camp right around the corner. So should be good. Jacob, you got anything, bub?
Just 2 gripes real quick that I want to put out there. The 33rd team, I'm trying to look up some random stuff in the morning. They still have us as a 3-4, and they still list Joe Barry as our defensive coordinator. Come on, 33rd team, get with it. And the Athletic
one too with PFF, same thing, man. They still got us up at 34.
And also the Athletic podcast, which I usually really love. They did a NFC North deep dive, and they tried to ask what their major questions were for each team, and I was just very disappointed in their evaluation of the Packers. They said that our cornerback room was our biggest liability, and said that we only have Jair and Valentine as promising up and coming guys. And they said that we didn't address it in the draft, which we did with a guy that was a possible first rounder at one point. They said that they didn't like the Xavier McKinney signing because he's not a true post safety, and they said that they didn't like the Jacobs signing because we didn't need to spend $17 million on a running back when we would have spent basically that same amount of money for Jones if we would have let the contract run. So it was just like, do you guys even know what you're talking about? Like, it didn't seem like
they said he wasn't a true post safety. What are they talking about?
They said he can play it, but it's not ideal for Hafley's system.
So they're saying he's a box safety?
I don't know what they're saying.
I don't think they know what they're saying.
I think they must have been talking to.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper in a way?
No, but for real, I mean, if they're saying that the corners is our only problem, I would take that.
Right.
Like, positions on both sides of the field. Like, let's roll.
But it's like they didn't mention. They said Stokes, if he's healthy, him and Jair in theory are good cornerbacks. But like that was it. They didn't talk about Ballantyne at all. They didn't talk about King. I don't know.
Yeah. At the end, did they say this?
Things could be a lot worse. I could be a Bears fan.
They talked about the Bears being great too. Great
you know it, bro. You know it's every single year the mainstream media, sports media does this every year. I'm not surprised anymore. I just laugh at it. And move
That's
on.
all they can do is talk about the offseason, right?
Oh, and they were disappointed that we didn't get to add anybody in the wide receiver room.
Of course, of course they were.
Yeah.
Top 10 offense last year. Quarterback was the best quarterback in the second half of the season.
And said we didn't have a true X. And I was just like, I'm going to lose my mind.
I love it. I can't get over the post safety comment because, I mean, we've watched it over and over and over. Him playing post safety and literally them trying to throw a 9 route and him coming over and picking it off. Like, what do you mean he's not a post safety? That's crazy. To me, he's the epitome of a post safety. If anything, like, I don't want to say I didn't understand because he still continued to make plays, but there was times that they would bring him down and let him play kind of man coverage a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, almost like play a little slot for the Giants. In those cases, I'm like, what are you doing that for, man? Keep him back there at post. Right. So, yeah. Hey, what I love this time of year, let them talk. Let them all talk. Keep your mouth shut. Let them dig their own grave. And then when it comes September and the Packers come out and they just start smacking people in the mouth, we can, just grin. I love it, man. I love it. It happens every single year. My favorite thing to do in the offseason, you notice I don't argue with Bears fans on Twitter. All I do is hashtag remember this tweet. That's all I do. Hashtag remember this tweet. And this is all I've got to do. I just go back to my Twitter profile about midway through the season, and I just search hashtag remember this tweet. And every one of those tweets are just nice and neatly organized for me. I just go through and go, Recibos. I love it, man. I love it. Usually I just print I post the GIF that shows like the CVS receipt just printing real long, just hit them with it. So there's been several people since I started doing that 2 years ago when I got on Twitter. There's been several people delete their accounts, and all of a sudden you'll put receipts, and then you look up and it says this tweet is no longer available. So somehow, some way it gets deleted. Still suck. But anyway. Anything else? You got anything, Emilio?
Patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. My man, we got the football that Jacob got from Ross, dressed for less, $5 at the back lot. Paul Horning, the Golden Boy, signed. Yeah. And I'm excited next Thursday, right? We got that drop. So anyone that's not a member, hop on there. It's too easy to get on there. Just search for Packer Fan Total Access. And it takes your credit card too easy too, man. I signed up. It was like bing, bam, boom. But, hit that like on the way out, man. I'm excited.
I've been a Patreon member with Ryan's podcast forever. It is really easy. I was surprised when I first heard it. I was like, man, what in the crap, dude? That's going to be difficult. No, it's simple. Super
you don't even need to go to a different screen. It just kind of drops down one of those little things like, oh yeah, type your card in real quick and you're done, dude. No problem. Don't even worry about it.
We've got some other memorabilia we're going to be giving away too. Obviously, we just we got the Paul Horning jersey that's going to be going out to Joe Stadler here. Who I think that's who won the last one was Joe Stadler. Like I said, we got the football, the Paul Horning autograph football. And then I've got several other jerseys we're going to be giving away too. I think we got like an Antonio Freeman. We got a Robert Brooks. Oh, we got another cool piece of memorabilia too. And I'm kind of torn. He doesn't want me to mention this, but I'm going to mention it. Larry Cano is just absolutely awesome. He just wants to support the show. And he donated the coolest picture. I mean, it is just it's literally It's Brett Favre, Bart Starr, and Aaron Rodgers in their jerseys, in a pair of jeans, sitting there holding footballs. And it's together, right? And it's nice and framed. It's a beautiful picture. It's absolutely awesome. We're going to be doing that in a giveaway as well. And what I thought we would do, since it's such a cool piece of memorabilia, is find like someone who needs help, right? Like sometimes you stumble across these GoFundMes where someone, like I seen one the other day where his mother was battling cancer, battling lupus or something. Or I think it was either lupus. I'm not real familiar. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. He was dealing with a bad illness, and he was just trying to raise awareness for that. But that was like the Lupus Foundation, right? I'd like to find one where it's like it directly impacts someone, and it's not like it's going to raise a whole lot of money, but what we do in those situations, like we did with Drew and his seizure service dog, is, hey, anyone who donates to this cause, whoever's managing the GoFundMe account, they'll have a list of whoever donated, right? And then we'll take all those names, put them on a wheel, and give this away. That way we're raising money for a good cause in that regard too. Because again, Larry, you didn't have to donate that. I appreciate you. I know you didn't want me to mention your name, but I just don't feel right not doing it, man. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you for doing that. I'd like to try to take that and convert it to something where we can raise a little money and actually make a little difference in this crazy world. So that's probably what we'll do with that one. But again, we got other stuff coming up too. I think he just sent an autographed Brett Favre picture as well. So we'll be giving that away. That'd be good. So Larry's awesome. And again, he's going to get mad at me. I'm sorry, Larry. Please forgive me, sir. But you've supported us since day one, and you've always got other people on your mind. It's just absolutely awesome, man. You make me want to be a better person for sure. So, all right, let's get out of here. I'm going to go get to work. I got a bunch of administrative crap to do, and then get out here in this mess and try to. Yeah, we got a bunch of bills. I'm behind on bills, Emilio. It's bad, bro.
Administrative, yeah. Dude. You take the gas receipts, throw it right in the center console and garage, baby. Come on now.
No, we're so far back. It's May 9th, and I haven't sent April bills out yet.
Dude.
The problem with the growing season is you can't keep up, man. Can't keep up. So we're on it. But all right, everybody have a great day. We will see you tomorrow for PTA Live, and I'm sure we'll have some stuff to cover. We may jump right into Evan Williams' Chalk Talk. We might hold that off for a couple of days too. But Jacob, thank you for jumping on early. Emilio, thank you for waking up late, buddy. You are the man. Appreciate you.
Don't let the grass dry.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you listening on the pod, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change that we want to see in the world. And go Pack, go.
The power sweep. Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet. Get an isolation with the linebacker. You tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here. Try to run this play in the alley.